Hello, guys, and welcome to our podcast. Tonight, we have a lovely episode, and this is the Sofa Real Talk. And we are talking today about self sabotage and cheating. Cheating.
Yep.
So, something that a lot of people are doing fairly a lot these past couple of days here, cheating and self-sabotaging.
It seems to be the way of the time.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they are normalizing casual sex
Yeah.
and not considering it cheating, or making it not seem as bad as it is.
So, like,
but
for
is it
example,
really helping you at the end of the day, or is it really hurting you at the end of the day?
that is something to think about.
Yeah. So cheating, to cheat is to, it has several meanings. Pretty much to swindle, bamboozle, or dishonestly or unfairly gain an advantage. Um, like cheating in cards. Is it the same as cheating in a relationship? Pretty much. So cheating in a relationship is considered infidelity of a couple's emotional or sexual exclusivity in a relationship. So cheating in a marriage is considered idolatry, and it's grounds for divorce. So in a casual relationship, shouldn't it be considered the same or hold just as much weight?
Yeah, I would think it should. Well, it should hold the same amount of weight,
Especially
but
if you follow the definition of your relationship with your significant other is exclusive.
but if you look at relationships now, a lot of relationships aren't exclusive.
It's just more a lot of casual dating.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, well, I ain't cheating. We just were dating
they,
around.
or they may throw that slick, we took a break.
Well, we weren't together at the time. Y'all were
Yeah.
separated for all of 5 days.
So
Then you get back with this person, and
mhm,
now you have feelings of resentment, or you feel
betrayal.
some type of way.
Yeah.
And so, why stay when you've been cheated on, or your infidelity has occurred, or your trust has been broken, or if somebody repeatedly commits the same offense of cheating or mistreating or treating you improperly, why are you remaining with them at the end of the day?
I think that is actually a good question. Um, like the first question, why are you staying? Why do we stay? Have you been
Why?
in a situation you was cheated on and you
I
stayed?
don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know if I was cheated on per se, but I definitely do know that I was in an emotionally unstable environment, and I stayed. I was accused of cheating,
Okay.
but I never really cheated. I didn't cheat. I didn't feel like I was cheating. I feel like I was open and honest with my partner about a wrong number call that had turned into a couple of month-long conversation. And to me, it was innocent because I didn't know who he was, what he looked like, or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He just, wrong number, and it led to conversation because I was trying to figure out like how you get my number. So if you got a wrong number, why you keep dialing the same number back to back? And I told you the wrong person.
Yeah.
Just one thing led to another, and it just became a conversation. At the end of the day, and I didn't feel like it was anything wrong with it. I didn't share it with my partner immediately because I felt like, maybe it was meant for that person to have a conversation with me to figure something out that they need to figure out in their life and go from there. But my partner saw it as, oh, ain't no way you can have a conversation with somebody and it not be sexually related, or he tried to make it a cheating offense to say that I was unfaithful to the marriage and I had stepped out. But again, I didn't know him, had never had met him. The person could have walked up to me and slapped the cow walking piss out of me and I wouldn't have known who they were.
So with that question, and we just had a talk with a friend. So um, do does that open the door to question the
Trust.
other person, but the other person as well, possibly,
Now, a lot of people
maybe?
do say that if you with somebody and they accuse you of cheating, that means they cheating themselves. But I never accused my partner of cheating
Yeah.
because I ain't have no evidence of such. Even though I felt like, he probably was acting a little shady at times, but that didn't mean he was cheating. Maybe he was going through some things emotionally or whatever. But yeah, why do you keep staying with the cheater if you know they've cheated on you?
Well, on my behalf, and I've stated this on the one of my posts that I did on TikTok, I have, unfortunately, in my early years, I cheated.
Married to a cheater.
What I remain married to a cheater, but I've cheated before, and the thing was the cheat. I left my relationship that I was in and planted myself in the relationship with the person that I cheated with because I just felt kind of horrible about the situation. I don't know how many people can actually vouch and say, oh, well, regardless of how great this person was that I was with, that I cheated on, I left this person. And only thing that I can say I got out of that, one of those situations were my kids that I love dearly. But the situation was very toxic. So, I think I would have been better off because the person one of the people that I did it with, they explained years later that was possibly something that we could have gotten over. I would have needed time, but I would have gotten over. I cared about you enough that we would have gotten over that.
That's possible.
So situations like that, I think coming down a dozen.
Yeah. So you stayed because you felt like at some point maybe it would stop or you guys could work it out at some point.
Well, not my previous marriage, yeah, but when I cheated, I didn't stay. I just did one of the typical male things and ran from the whole situation. I thought I was doing good by going to the other person that I cheated with. I thought I was doing my due diligence.
You're talking about the situation with the...
Yeah. I thought I was doing my due diligence with that situation.
And yes, we talk about everything. I know about all that. But he didn't cheat on me. It was something from his past. So, but yeah.
I don't plan on doing that. Definitely. I've grown.
Yeah, that's what definitely.
Now, me staying in my previous marriage and knowing the cheating situation was going on, which the first question, why are you staying? I can say that it was self-confidence. My self-confidence was shot due to my illness. The idea of me being a man and the previous relationship prior to my marriage, I feel like I lost handle of my kids because of that situation. I didn't want to separate myself from my kids and miss out on my kids. And then I can also say my money situation.
So you kind of feel like you stayed for the kids. You stayed not for yourself, emotional gain, or for your self recovery and self healing, and you didn't really take accountability for your part and why they decided it was a good idea for them to cheat, even though it's probably not your fault that someone else cheats.
In that situation, it wasn't.
Some people feel like, oh, you drove me to that, or you
You know
made
what?
me cheat.
You say that now, and you might be right. And I really
Some
think that
people
person felt like
oh,
that.
it's your fault I cheated.
Because some of the stories that I heard that were told to me in a different way, and going and hearing it from other people, it being told to them, I can see how this person, in a couple of relationships, I can see how the person was like, oh, well, he drove me to cheat. But that lack of
It's
that,
like somebody drove you to drinking yourself to death.
yeah, right,
and then told you to drive home.
Yeah. So the communication barrier is something that is very scary.
And still being responsible enough to say, hey, look, I probably am getting ready to do something I should regret, or probably regret. As you say, you feel like if you're gonna cheat, that you should call your significant other,
which I know this like
prior to the cheat,
yeah.
let them know, hey, I'm about to cheat. But then again, that would go along with the topic as well. Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Why would I tell on myself?
And I've had that said with me saying that.
Why would I give me away? Why would you cheat in the beginning? Why would you keep it a secret from your partner?
Which is the second question.
And let them know, hey, look, something's not quite right in our relationship, and I want to try other things.
Before I go out and step out,
I'm going to step out and do something wrong. Is there anything that we can do to fix this or prevent us from prevent me from self-sabotaging our relationship, or self-sabotaging my confidence or my trust as a person and cheating on you? And what can we do to fix it or go forward from there? So,
okay, maybe that question wasn't what I thought it was. Not from what you, but you stated something pretty good. But is what do you get out of staying? Like once a person cheats on you, what do you get out of staying?
Probably nothing, because if you don't discuss, excuse me, that was very rude. If I guess I don't know. Okay, so the infidelity has been created. Say I cheat on you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you recover from that, or would you be able to recover from it if you feel like I gave you a legitimate reason?
If you can, and now you know what?
Or not even so much to say a legitimate reason, just to say, oh well, I fucked up, and I really want to still be with you at the end of the day.
I think that makes me different in a lot of situations. I think it's a small percentage of people that can sit, and if we can literally sit, like seriously, just sit down, and I think that was my issue with my previous, like, I wanted to have that conversation. Can you explain to me why did it happen? And maybe if we get to the gist of it, it won't happen again, and we can work on healing and moving on. I didn't get that. I couldn't get that because that person ain't even know. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, if you don't know, they really don't help me at all neither, because now I got to sit up here and try to figure out if I'm going to trust you.
Yeah, and given that you're married at this point, it's pretty much like, so we should already be halfway past this point, but now we're backtracking because you decided it was a good idea for you to go out and do so and so and so on.
And then you do it again.
Yeah, and then do it again. So if you, and most people feel the statement, they do it once, they'll do it again.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in that situation with somebody and they've apologized after they cheated on you one time and they do it again, like, do you forget them again? Or do you say, no, this is the last straw? Or do you go, I give you one more chance and we'll work it out and go from there? Or
I just had drinks and I get kind of
both of sleepy. And we've eaten a big meal. And it is pillow talk, so yeah. I'm already kind of comfortable in the bed and stuff.
I think now folks need to analyze that one time is enough.
I would agree.
One time is enough. Not 4, 5,
And we
6,
talking
7, 8.
about specifically with cheating now. We ain't talking about he didn't let the toilet seat down type of crap.
Yeah,
We're talking about really
cheating,
breaking the
like,
trust in the relationship and making it difficult for you guys to move past it. Because some people cannot come back from that or don't understand.
And this can go further because
it can damage their self-esteem.
Some folks even think some folks even feel that cheating it goes further than just sexual. Just the fact that you had a intimate conversation with someone
else, yeah.
For them, that is also cheating. So if you're that type of person, and you're explaining it to your partner that, hey, on a repeated basis, that what you're doing, I don't like it. And yeah, so why are you still there? Why are you? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Not constantly trying to figure out why this person won't stop, because obviously this person is, I ain't gonna say that they're enjoying what they're doing, but their lack of respect to you and your wishes it's like,
or hey, I love you, but I don't want to be cheated on constantly.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be.
So yeah, it's like I definitely could, like, once that it just don't need to go no more. And we talked to so many people that it's been like a repeated offense.
This one might be controversial. This is interesting. So I asked the question, why cheat and stay? And so I just was browsing through this website. It's random. Not gonna really use this information too tough. But it says 10 reasons cheating men stay married, don't divorce or leave the marriage, and even still sometimes see the other woman. All right, so I'm just gonna read through these. Like, don't hold us to this, we don't believe it or whatever. So we're gonna kind of read through it and agree or disagree on what these statements say. So 1, it says that they're ashamed of getting caught, but saves some faces by staying. Okay, save face by staying. Alright, so many cheating men stay married, quite frankly, because they feel ashamed and don't know how to react. So by sticking around, they believe they will appear somewhat responsible by staying.
Yeah. I can say,
especially, okay, say you cheat and you don't get caught. Then it's, it really wasn't cheating. Or maybe I could do it again and it'd be okay. I can see that being safe face. I mean, don't ask, don't tell.
I'm finna say, yeah. That may be even a situation like my previous.
That's like kind of what we were saying. No backup plan. Other cheating men stayed married because they never thought they'd get caught. So in the event that they got caught, therefore they never made a backup plan or strategy on what to do next if they did get caught. So for now, they just buy extra time until they can decide what they really want to do. So it would be dependent upon how their partner acts or reacts at the end of the day. So say you cheat on me and I find out, I'm going to be a little pissed off and be like, well, damn, what happened? Thought maybe we were good.
Yeah.
It would devastate me for a bit. And it would take me a minute to say, hey, look, I want to still be with you and I want this to work, but I want you to want it to work too. And you have to reassure me that, hey, I want this to work and go forward. And let the reason you stay be because you really like me as a person. Not because you're scared I'm going to take you for half of what you got.
And that's what a lot of people
or
do.
you know you'd rather be with the other person instead.
Yeah, that's exactly what a lot of people are doing. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I can see that. No exit plan, so you have no other way out. Maybe some people do it on purpose to cheat, to just see if they can just get out of a relationship or issue that they in.
And that's so, if that's the case, that is like so dirty. Like, that is low, like...
That's
vindictive.
And again, that's self-sabotage. Just like, really, why can't you just be honest with yourself and
walk
the partner
away
that you're
and
with?
Just say, hey, I don't want to be with you.
You know what, this ain't what I thought it was. he has unique feelings he never had before or not in a while. So this new thing is excitement, new excitement brought in, which is why
Nah, you know
95%
what?
of the
This
people
time that's
cheat
cheat, and that's
because they feel like they got
a
something
bunch of
different or newer
bull.
than what they
Cause I
had
have
at home.
I have a lot of guys that I've heard say, "Oh man, ain't nothing like." I want to keep my I want to keep my
Current,
usual,
yeah.
but ain't nothing like new. It's just about a little bit and get something new.
I mean, what's the difference? The same vagina, or like you said, for 10 years versus 10 new vaginas. You probably it's the same difference. At
I
least
think
you know with the one what you're gonna get every time, and that might not be so bad.
I really seriously think it's a mental.
It's a mental thing.
It's a mental
It's
thing.
definitely probably got to be psychological. Maybe at the end of the day, like it says the next one, he won't let go. Like again, you're afraid to lose what you got at home, but you want to try something new. But
On the
at
other
the end of
hand, he went through a slump in the marriage, found someone who gives him the
emotional support
emotional
and attraction.
to
Okay, cool.
crave, and
But
he
why
does
can't
not
you
want to
just go
lose
to
it.
your partner and say, partner, this ain't working. Something here, there's a disconnect. This ain't working with us. We got to fix this.
Yeah.
Or I feel like I'm finna step out on you because I'm not getting that same emotional, feel that I was getting before. Something's missing. Communication. It's all about communication. And being honest with yourself at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Doesn't see her real side like he sees yours.
Huh?
Oh, okay. So I guess if you feel like your mate ain't really who they really think they are at the end of the day, maybe. And that may be why people cheat too. Like, because what they see you as or the persona that you put off as is, I thought she was somebody that she was, but she really ain't that somebody. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm benefiting from the situation. It ain't hurting me. But I want this over here too. I'm going to check it out and see what it look like. And then if it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't.
Well, that happened to me, but I didn't. You know what? Nope. Let me take that back. I'm going to say no, I didn't. But because, I told you the story about coming in the house and saying that, I was thinking about, cheating on you with that person. Mm-hmm. Well, not you, but, I told you a story about my previous relationship.
Yeah.
And then might as well say self-sabotage. I went out and created a ruse of a story to place in front of her as a get back. And so, because that person basically presented themselves as being somebody else,
and it
flipped like real quick because I didn't see that came out of left field.
Yeah,
and I didn't know how to react to it, and I did the most ridiculous thing, and so.
So again, most of these are going back to. You think he has options they can get back to later? Like, okay, I'm gonna go out, so my wild oats, have a couple one night stands. But at least I still know I got this sure thing at home.
I'm finna say, and that's pretty much what I was, a sure thing.
Yeah, you were gonna be there for her regardless.
I stabilized
and then
that
she
sure thing.
Knew, he's gonna be attached to me because we married, and he thinks that hey, if I come back home and say, well, baby, let's make it work, it's gonna work out for a little while. Yep. And when I get sick of him, I just go back out, do what I'm gonna do. And he ain't gonna leave because I've done it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now.
Yep.
And you being a faithful partner to someone is unfaithful, that's self-sabotage. Because you it's really tearing you up and hurting you deep down on the inside. Yeah. Because in the back of your mind, every time she go out the door, even if she ain't doing nothing but actually literally going to work, it's in your mind now. Damn, she's gonna go off with that.
Yep.
With that other person,
Yeah. Pretty much.
Got you out there in the streets looking bad.
Yeah.
Yep. And the 10th one says he still loves you and realizes he's better with you.
That's bull crap. No, sir. No. A person
a person can't cheat and go back and say, "Oh, that was a mistake, a horrible mistake. No, I should do it again."
Because you want to know what? If that other person, and see, I catch a lot of people in this. If that other person was good or better than the person that you with now, they would leave the person that they with now to be with the other person. What they say, the grass ain't always green on the other side.
Yeah, Yeah, we
Just
find
you find it out real quick.
quick.
You find it out real quick, right? So I think that's a bunch of bull crap. Oh no, baby, I love you. Whatever. No, that didn't work out for you, and now you're coming back home, and you want to make it seem like you cared about me. I think that's a bunch of bull crap. Booty. Um. Sean said it's not just about communication, it's about comprehension, which most people lack the ability. You are totally correct about that. Some people just don't mature. They can be 60 years old right now and be as childish as God knows what. We know a couple of them.
Yeah.
And it's sad. And yet again, like I say, that last one is like
self-sabotage
bullcrap
at its finest. Like, how you gonna say, well, you cheated on me a couple of times, but I still love you, though.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna treat me like I know you gonna treat me, Girl, I ain't gonna do it no more.
So, the better question...
you're the number one in my book. Best thing for me.
So, with the self-sabotage...
When they know at the end of the day, they really ain't happy with being with you.
So, okay, so...
Or they ain't okay with some of the things that you do or provide. But as a whole, you ain't the whole package they're looking for.
So why we ain't leaving?
Scared. Most of them say, well, I'm scared. Well, why would I leave if they're going to keep taking me back? If you've vindictively doing it over and over repeatedly and you continue to do it. Probably mommy and daddy issues, I could say. Definitely don't know how to communicate. Really don't know yourself at the end of the day. Because if you got the balls to cheat and keep going with several people at one time, you don't know who you are.
Yeah.
To secure yourself enough to say, you know what, I'm somebody's girlfriend, husband, fiance. I ain't got time to be cheating on nobody or jumping from bed to bed or hopping the pillow to post.
Well, I say mine, and I've told you this plenty of times. Mine was because and this is no excuse or whatever, but this is how I think society has set up men as being the head of house and is supposed to be the breadwinners. My thing was, with me being sick, having the ability of where I can start walking at any time, and then my Social Security wasn't nothing but $400 a month. And the first thing, my mind is like, okay, I'm finna leave, and then self-sabotage pops in. What woman gonna want you? You ain't bringing but $400 a month home. You really think some woman gonna sit up here because you want to be in a relationship?
So you gave her a reason. You self-sabotage to allow her to continue to cheat on you because you feel like nobody else wanted you.
And I just stayed in a situation that was toxic for me, basically.
So what
she said intentions of hurting them back, but the love I had for that person made me feel horrible. Yes, I can agree with that. The best thing I could have done was leave. Yes, I can agree with that.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we're saying. So if you feel the urge to cheat with somebody so badly and you know you are not happy with them or satisfied with how your relationship going, leave.
Even if that person is cheating on you and you're not happy and okay, so we got this thing where people have a sense of this person cheating, but they cannot. They can't get evidence of it.
Or they so badly want evidence to prove it that they self-sabotage themselves by keep setting themselves up for a letdown, knowing that, okay, you've cheated on me once. You may not have gotten cold hard evidence, but in that cheating on me, I know that you were unfaithful to me and my feelings and emotions. And at this point, I'm going to wait until I know for sure that I got hardcore evidence that you have really hurt my feelings and been unfaithful and untrue to me.
Yeah.
And you continue to do that until I'm going to stay with you until this is out of my heart and no longer available to me, or I'm going to stay with you until I know for sure that I'm ready to say, this is the end. You can't hurt me anymore. and it's self-sabotage. It's not good
That's
for
the
you, and it's not
worst.
good for the person you with, because now you're enabling them
Yes.
to continue to cheat on you, giving them more room to say, well, shoot, I'm gonna cheat, and you ain't gonna leave no way.
And the worst thing that can happen is you have kids with this situation, because now your kids are seeing that
Bad behavior.
Yes, the toxicity of the relationship between mom and dad, or even if it's just may not be the actual,
even with stepkids.
Yeah, I was gonna say stepkids. They see. Kids see and understand nowadays more than heck we did a little bit. We was just still numb to a lot of the stuff when we were younger. We just really ain't pay attention to it, but we saw some of the things. But the kids nowadays, they see everything. They feel everything. And so, she says, one time was a mistake. Second time was a choice.
Right.
At that point, I was over it. Mm-hmm. To think about the consequences. Yes. Again, like we stated at the very beginning, that first time, whatever the case may be, if you
decide got a chance then to say, I was wrong, hold myself accountable for what I did wrong, and not do it again. Or we need to say at this point, this isn't going to work. We need to go our separate ways. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, okay, you cheated, or well, I ain't cheat, or you deny it so until the other person starts believing it, and then now y'all in an even deeper situation because you constantly cheating with the same person, on the same person over and over again.
Yep.
And it's not good for you, them, or the other person involved on the outside, because eventually they're going to catch feelings and be like, so you're going to leave them, or you're going to be with me, or what are you going to do? And so now you're in a rock and a hard place. It's just going to create too much room for extra emotion to be there that don't really have to be there at the end of the day. So, cheating is a choice. You don't have to do it. You can easily communicate your feelings and say, hey, this isn't for me. Or even if you say, I did it because I didn't know what the hell I wanted.
That is easy.
That's a valid, at least it makes sense.
It might not be an answer that your partner wants, but at the end of the day, it is still something. And should your partner forgive you and take you back in,
you can't be mad at them.
You can't be mad at that. It's just sad that we talk to we hear conversations and we talk to a lot of couples,
or we a lot of situations where people are staying when they ain't gotta stay, or shouldn't stay, or staying and hurting themselves and their own feelings, racking their brain, trying to catch that person doing that act again, or hoping and praying, oh, I please hope he don't cheat on me no more. And now they created room for insecurities, and it's just more issues that trickle down, especially when kids are involved and, just self-involved,
Something that I would probably, on this podcast, y'all will hear me say a lot, me going to a counselor, and it's basically going to kind of round it up a little bit, is that the counselor was just basically explaining to me, Mr. Williams, I love your money, and I really appreciate it, but two things you can do. You can come in here and you can stop complaining
and just deal with the
situation, or you could leave. And I had to make that choice to either stop complaining, swallow my pride that I so-called had, and just go through it and just die in the inside, because that's what I was doing to myself. And that's what you can't blame someone for staying in a situation as long as you have, especially if you're not physically being trapped. I know there's a such thing as mental entrapment.
I can't leave him.
Yeah. But you have a lot of people, when they finally do leave, it's still, the blame is pointed on the other person. Mm-hmm. I stayed 8 years longer than what I needed to stay. That was my fault. Mm-hmm. And I cannot be mad at that person. I can't blame that person. Same thing with the missus here. She has some similar situation. We can't blame our previous partners because we stayed in something that
Because I could have easily told my ex, okay, yeah, I mean, you cheat on me, I cheat on you. It is what it is. Or I was accused of cheating and I wasn't cheating. It seemed to me there was nothing in my mind that would make him change his mind for me to say that I hadn't cheated on him. And it was, oh, I got proof, but you still want to stay and work this out. So I was confused.
Yeah,
And I had gotten to the point where I'm not going to keep subjecting myself to self-sabotage because you want to accuse me of cheating. I'm finna go the other way. And so that may be really why they mad at me at the end of the day. Because I chose me over you mistreating me.
But I often say that's one of those things that they hold over you too. Because if they feel, well, not even that. Like if they feel you stay and they feel like you, even if they haven't caught you, let's say hypothetically, regardless if you cheated or not, and they just don't have any evidence, but deep inside that person feels like you cheated, and you end up staying, and they still gonna bring that up. Or matter like if something goes wrong, throwing it in your face. Something goes wrong, they're gonna throw that in your face. You did this to me. Or let it be if they mess up. Oh, I messed up because you cheated. You did this first. So, and no, if you got to be in a situation like that, nope, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It is not worth it whatsoever. So, guys, I am going to try my best to make it in my best effort. When I post the video the day before saying that we're going to be on live, I am going to try and pick that time and see if we can make it.
We go to bed at different times.
So the pillow talk is late. And so
grown folk conversation.
Definitely
vulgarity. Disclaimer: we are not experts.
Yes,
we are not doctors or anything like that. We just done been through some things. Okay, we've experienced some crazy things in our life.
Unfortunately, on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Accountability.
Yeah.
Yes. We subjected ourselves to things we didn't have to. Self-sabotage. So, yeah. Our topic tonight was self-sabotage and cheating. Staying when you ain't got to stay. Not communicating what you really feel at the end of the day. It's just not good for you. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves to be mistreated at all, ever.
Guys, all of you guys are joining right now.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause for a second, end the podcast,
and we're gonna continue to talk, but we're gonna.
This is talking about some y'all therapists, because baby, y'all. Y'all done got me through some things.
We're gonna so we're still on. We just gonna close out the podcast, and
So, yeah, for all our listeners, if you're listening today, tomorrow, next week, or whenever, we will be back with another great topic. Again, there's always that voicemail link there at anchor.fm. I can't remember, but we'll post it. If you're on the podcast, I think it's a way for you to leave a message.
Yes.
If you have any questions or topics or anything you want us to discuss, please feel free to do so. Follow us on IG at Mr. and Mrs. Take Over the World, and we're also on TikTok, Mr. and Mrs. Take Over the World.
And that link for the message is also on TikTok. Yes.
Yes. We probably need to put it on the. Well, it's also on the IG page as well. It's the link in our bio.
Yep.
So, we're here for it.
And so, to our podcast listeners, we totally appreciate you guys, and we will, Bye.
Bye.